Something I've never done before, and that's to go behind the scenes in video to Building New Worlds and explain a little bit about what Building New Worlds is about, how it got started, and why the heck I do this stuff. Anyway, so today we're going to give you the behind the scenes video. Ooh. So that it doesn't fade the pieces in plastic containers and so forth, or out of their boxes. As you can tell, there's a few pieces I have, not many, but a few that did not come in boxes. Not uncommon. Is the Halloween Village and its boxes. Over here, the Fall Village collection, which is quite small. Actually, down there in the white containers is my smallest collection, which is the Spring Village. Over here is my lovely Easter collection, right front and center right now. Rather small compared to some of the other villages, but it takes up a nice little space when it's all spread out and you see it off the at least come from. The next part of our behind-the-scenes tour is our office space for Building New Worlds. This is the area where not only do I work on issues dealing with the retail sector, but also for the network, which my computer is actually on the network at this point, as you can tell, maybe in this view. And I also do brainstorming for village building. Some of my plans for creating villages is done here. Some of the ideas I come up with for future villages and projects, and even tutorials on how to do various villages, which you'll be seeing in the future, I hope, is all kind of planned and thought out here in this spot. Originally, this spot housed the old PC, which is now acting as, for lack of a better term. And here you see our brain, so to say. This is the PC which currently holds all the data, media, and that sort of thing for the Building New Worlds network and all of our online projects, and for the retail sector documentation also. This was actually the old PC which got Building New Worlds its start, and this year was retired to become the functioning piece of machinery that it is now. The area you're looking at now, which is again fairly dark because we are closed for the season, is the Building New Worlds retail area, which was just started this year. It's housed inside of Finch Family Water Gardens Nursery, which is also closed for the season. We are in the process of and all that kind of stuff, so it is nonetheless a very important part. In the foreground and the background are display areas, which will be ever changing from year to year as far as what's the pieces that are shown. The displays themselves will always be permanent. This area, which is also in the nursery, is what is going to be a permanent display of Spooky Town items, permanent as long as we choose to keep it up, that is, once it's completed. This year it did not get completed, unfortunately, due to time and circumstances. And I've packed the village up for the year because it is the off-season, and I didn't want to keep it stored out here to get dusty and so forth. So everything gets packed up at the end of the season. But you will, in future episodes of our little broadcast, see this village as it is, as it was this year, as it will be in the future, as progression comes around for how this village plays out. And it'll make more sense to you then. But this is a village in progress for those of you who have never seen one. It's not pretty when it's in progress, but this is what we face. The area you're currently looking at is the messiest and most active area normally when we have time and have projects going on at the same time for Building New Worlds. This is the studio where I create my villages, and it also kind of works also kind of as a lab. I got tongue-tied there, sorry. For playing with new ideas and researching new ways of doing things for villaging, such as water projects. Currently I'm working on a village for winter time, playing around with ideas for snow, which all of these things are things that can always be expanded on. This is a village in progress that needs to be finished, which I will be doing hopefully later this week. Right now the temperatures today are pretty low in here, and temperature can affect the outcome of drying times and even how some things dry. So I don't want to be working on it with low temperatures. But this is, in essence, the area where all of our work for villaging takes place. As you can tell, I have an arsenal of tools and all kinds of toys and products to work with. There are projects that are on the shelf to be worked on or reworked, and it's a never-ending challenge. It's a never-ending situation in this room. It's continuously changing, it's continuously evolving. There are new products that I'm introducing all the time to my arsenal of toys and goodies. So this area is very active throughout the warmer seasons, when it's not so likely that we could have some chemical mishaps with poor working chemicals and so forth, bonding and so forth, not taking on it the right way. And paint's not really good to work with in certain temperatures either, and the temperatures right now, unfortunately, like I said, are kind of drastic for those kinds of things. So even my work area, the studio, is actually on hold for a week at least until the temperatures start rising a little more in here. So that is actually the tour of our quote-unquote facilities. And the behind the scenes of what goes on at Building New Worlds, or where things go on at Building New Worlds. Later on in future episodes of our broadcast, you will be seeing work done here and how some things are done that I do, and even get a chance to see me tackling some questions and doing some research of sorts in here. So you'll get familiar with this area. You'll also maybe see it cleaned.